Hello, everyone. I'm Natasha, your host for today. If you're new here, I want to tell you that we upload powerful English learning lessons every single day to help you improve your English faster and more confidently. In today's episode, you are going to take a big step forward in your English journey. This lesson will help you improve your English listening skills, your English speaking skills, and even your advanced vocabulary for real-life situations. Today, we are diving deep into an intermediate to upper intermediate English masterclass with real-life conversations, daily situations, natural English patterns, and advanced vocabulary that you can use immediately in your everyday life. You will learn how to talk more clearly, how to understand native English faster, and how to use essential advanced English phrases confidently in daily life. Throughout this lesson, you will listen, repeat, shadow, practice, and absorb English in a very natural way. And by the end, you will feel more fluent, more comfortable, and much more confident when speaking English. Before we start the lesson, make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon if you want more helpful English learning episodes like this. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started. When you begin learning English at the intermediate level, something interesting happens. You start to notice that English is no longer only about basic sentences or simple vocabulary. It becomes more about expressing yourself clearly, understanding people in real conversations, and connecting ideas in a natural way. In today's lesson, I want you to feel that natural flow of English. I want you to experience the rhythm, the tone, the feeling of real communication. And I want you to slowly build the confidence to speak without overthinking every sentence you say. So let's begin together, in a calm, steady, relaxed way. Imagine you are waking up in the morning. You hear your alarm, you stretch, you sit up, and you look around your room. Your mind is still waking up, but you know you will need English today, especially if you live, study, or work in a place where English appears everywhere. Now imagine that English could feel as natural as breathing, that every word you say comes softly, without pressure. That is our goal in this masterclass. And step by step, we will move closer to that level of comfort. One of the first things I want you to remember is that English fluency is not about speaking fast. It is about speaking clearly. It's about understanding the message, not the speed. When you listen to native speakers, they often speak quickly, but their speed doesn't matter as much as the patterns and phrases they use. Today, you will learn many of those natural patterns, and I want you to repeat them with me, slowly, calmly, confidently. Let's start with something you do every day. Greetings. In real conversations, greetings aren't only about saying hello or good morning. They're about creating a little connection, a small bridge between you and another person. Imagine you walk into your office or classroom. Someone says, "Hey, good morning. How's everything going?" Notice how relaxed this sounds, more natural. And as an intermediate or upper intermediate learner, this is the type of English you want to understand and use. Repeat this slowly after me. "Hey, good morning. How's everything going?" Now imagine you want to answer naturally. Instead of saying, "I am fine," you can say, "Pretty good. Thanks for asking. How about you?" Shadow it with me. "Pretty good. Thanks for asking. How about you?" These little phrases make a huge difference because they help you sound more fluent, more natural, more confident in daily conversations. Let's expand this into a real-life situation. Imagine you're at work or at school, and someone asks you about your weekend. They might say, "So, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun?" Now, how can you answer in a natural, advanced way? Instead of saying, "I stayed at home," which is correct but basic, you can say, "It was pretty relaxing actually. I spent most of the time at home, just catching up on rest and doing a bit of reading." Try repeating that slowly with me. "It was pretty relaxing actually. I spent most of the time at home, just catching up on rest and doing a bit of reading." Let's practice another variation. Imagine you had a busy weekend. You can say, "It was quite busy. I had a lot of things to take care of, but overall, it was productive." Repeat this with me. "It was quite busy. I had a lot of things to take care of, but overall, it was productive." Notice the phrases take care of, productive, overall. These intermediate connectors help you sound more fluent. Now, let's move toward listening practice. I want you to imagine two people talking near you, maybe in a cafe, maybe at work, maybe on the phone, and your job is to listen, understand, and feel the natural rhythm. I'll say a short dialogue slowly, then repeat it naturally. Dialogue version 1, slow. "Hey, are you free later today? I was thinking maybe we could review that project together." Later today might be a bit difficult, but I'm free tomorrow morning if that works for you." "Tomorrow morning works perfectly. Let's meet around 10 then." "Sounds great. See you then." Now the natural version. "Hey, are you free later today? I was thinking maybe we could review that project together." Later today might be a bit difficult, but I'm free tomorrow morning if that works for you." "Tomorrow morning works perfectly. Let's meet around 10 then." "Sounds great. See you then." Now shadow it slowly with me. Imagine you're speaking in a real situation. "Hey, are you free later today? I was thinking maybe we could review that project together." "Well, later today might be a bit difficult, but I'm free tomorrow morning if that works for you." "Tomorrow morning works perfectly. Let's meet around 10 then." "Sounds great. See you then." This kind of practice helps your brain absorb English naturally. It helps you understand how sentences connect, and it helps you feel the rhythm of daily conversations. Now let's go deeper into daily life situations. Imagine you walk into a cafe. You want to order something, but you want to sound polite, natural. Instead of saying, "Give me a coffee," you can say, "Hi, could I get a medium latte, please?" Or, "Hi, I'd like a cappuccino, please." These soft expressions show politeness and natural fluency. Now let's create a cafe conversation you can shadow with me. "Hi there. Could I get a medium latte, please?" "Sure. Would you like it hot or iced?" "Hot, please. And could you make it with oat milk?" "Of course. Anything else for you?" "No, that's all for now. Thank you." "You're welcome. Your drink will be ready shortly." Now shadow it. Slowly, then slightly faster. Feel the flow, feel the movement. This type of practice makes English feel familiar, friendly, easy. Now let's expand into vocabulary development. One big challenge for intermediate learners is using advanced vocabulary in daily life without sounding too formal. So let's learn some natural intermediate expressions. Instead of saying, I don't understand, say, I'm not quite following. Could you explain that again? Instead of saying, I'm busy, say, I'm tied up with something at the moment. Can we talk later? Instead of saying, I forgot, say, it slipped my mind. I'll take care of it now. Instead of saying, I'm not sure, say, I'm not completely certain, but I think. Now let's use these in a real situation. Imagine someone at work asks you, Hey, did you send the email to the client? You can say, Oh, it slipped my mind. I'll take care of it right now. Or, I'm not completely certain, but I think Sarah already sent it earlier today. Or, I'm not quite following. Which email are you referring to? Shadow these slowly, then naturally. They will help you sound calm, confident, fluent. Let's continue with another daily life interaction. Imagine a friend asks you, How was your day? Did everything go well? You answer, It was a bit hectic. I had a lot of things to handle, but everything worked out in the end. Practice this slowly. It was a bit hectic. I had a lot of things to handle, but everything worked out in the end. Hectic, handle, worked out. These expressions make your English sound stronger and more natural. Now let's go deeper into listening comprehension. Imagine overhearing a conversation on a bus or train. Slow version. Did you watch that new series last night? I heard it's really good. Yeah, I watched the first episode. It was surprisingly interesting. Really? I thought it would be boring. No, not at all. The storyline is actually very engaging. Natural version. Did you watch that new series last night? I heard it's really good. Yeah, I watched the first episode. It was surprisingly interesting. Really? I thought it would be boring. No, not at all. The storyline is actually very engaging. Now shadow it slowly. Feel the structure. Feel the rhythm. This kind of repetition helps you understand real conversations much more easily. This is your first step in our long masterclass. We will explore more daily life examples, more advanced vocabulary, more natural conversations, and as we continue, your confidence will grow with every paragraph. Let's keep building your fluency together. As we continue this masterclass, I want you to remember something very important. Improving your English is not only about learning more vocabulary, it's about learning how to use words naturally in your daily life. That's why everything we are practicing today is connected to real conversations, real situations, and the type of English that people actually use around you. And the more you hear it, repeat it, and shadow it, the more natural it will feel inside your mind. Now imagine that your day continues. You have left your home, and you are walking to work, school, or maybe a cafe where you want to sit and study. You hear people talking around you, a group of friends chatting, two colleagues walking together, someone talking on the phone. Your goal is to slowly begin understanding small pieces of these conversations, not every single word, but the ideas, the tone, the emotions, the rhythm. English is full of patterns, and we will learn many of them today. Let's start with something very common, talking about plans. In daily life, people talk about their plans all the time. They talk about what they're doing later, tomorrow, next week, or even what they might do if they have time. So let's practice this in a natural paragraph. Imagine your friend asks you, "Do you have any plans for later today?" Now, instead of answering with a short reply like "no plans," you can give a more natural response. Something like, "I'm thinking of going out for a walk after work, just to clear my head a little." Or, "I might meet up with a friend for dinner, but I'm not completely sure yet." Notice the soft and natural expressions. I'm thinking of, I might, I'm not completely sure. These are intermediate level patterns that show fluency and confidence. Let's practice shadowing these sentences slowly. I'm thinking of going out for a walk after work, just to clear my head a little. Now try the second one. I might meet up with a friend for dinner, but I'm not completely sure yet. Feel the rhythm. Feel how these sentences sound more natural and less robotic. Now let's imagine a longer, more detailed conversation. Something you might hear between two coworkers. Listen slowly first. Hey, do you have any plans for the weekend? Nothing solid yet. I might go hiking if the weather is good. What about you? I'm going to visit my parents. It's been a while, so I'm really looking forward to it. That sounds nice. I hope you have a great time. Now listen again at a more natural speed. Hey, do you have any plans for the weekend? Nothing solid yet. I might go hiking if the weather is good. What about you? I'm going to visit my parents. It's been a while, so I'm really looking forward to it. That sounds nice. I hope you have a great time. Now shadow the entire conversation slowly with me, and imagine you are part of it. Imagine you are using these expressions naturally in your daily life. From here, let's move into another important area, describing your feelings and experiences. At the intermediate level, it's important to express not only what you are doing, but also how something made you feel or what you think about it. It helps you create deeper conversations and shows that you can connect ideas naturally. For example, imagine someone asks you about a movie you watched. Instead of saying, "It was good," you can use richer expressions like, "It was surprisingly good, much better than I expected," or, "The story was really engaging. I couldn't stop watching," or, "It felt a bit slow in the beginning, but it got better later on." These expressions help you sound more advanced and more natural. Now repeat these sentences slowly with me. It was surprisingly good, much better than I expected. The story was really engaging. I couldn't stop watching. It felt a bit slow in the beginning, but it got better later on. Let's practice a short real-life dialogue using these expressions. Slow version. Did you like the movie? Yeah, it was much better than I expected. The story was really engaging. I'm glad you liked it. I've been thinking about watching it. You should. It's definitely worth it. Now natural speed. Did you like the movie? Yeah, it was much better than I expected. The story was really engaging. I'm glad you liked it. I've been thinking about watching it. You should. It's definitely worth it. Now shadow it slowly, and imagine you're using this kind of English effortlessly. Now let's practice describing your day, because this is one of the most important skills for intermediate learners. Instead of saying, "My day was good," try something like, "My day was pretty productive. I managed to finish most of the tasks I had planned." Or, "It was a bit stressful in the morning, but things got better in the afternoon." Or, "It was a long day. I'm tired. but I feel satisfied with what I got done. Repeat these slowly after me. My day was pretty productive. I managed to finish most of the tasks I had planned. It was a bit stressful in the morning, but things got better in the afternoon. It was a long day. I'm tired, but I feel satisfied with what I got done. Now imagine someone asks you about your day, and you answer with one of these natural responses. Shadow the entire paragraph with me. My day was pretty productive. I managed to finish most of the tasks I had planned. It was a bit stressful in the morning, but things got better in the afternoon. Now I feel a bit tired, but satisfied with what I got done. Let's move into another daily life situation. Giving your opinion? At the intermediate and upper intermediate level, you need to express your opinion naturally, not too direct, not too simple, not too complicated. Here are some common ways you can express your opinion. I personally think, in my opinion, from my point of view. If you ask me, I'd say that, but instead of repeating them as a list, I'll place them inside a natural paragraph so you can shadow it like real speech. Imagine you and a friend are talking about learning English. You say, "If you ask me, the best way to improve your English is by practicing daily conversations. In my opinion, reading and listening are important, but speaking is what actually builds confidence. I personally think that even talking to yourself in English can make a huge difference." Now shadow that slowly with me. Imagine you're expressing your real thoughts using natural English. Now let's continue with listening practice. Imagine overhearing a conversation in a small shop. The cashier says something, and the customer responds. Let's practice this slow version first. "Hi, did you find everything you were looking for?" "Yes, thank you, but I couldn't find the notebook section." "Oh, the notebooks are on the second aisle to your left." "Oh, perfect. I'll grab one. Thanks for the help." "No problem at all." Now, natural speed. "Hi, did you find everything you were looking for?" "Yes, thank you, but I couldn't find the notebook section." "Oh, the notebooks are on the second aisle to your left." "Perfect. I'll grab one. Thanks for the help." "No problem at all." Now shadow the full conversation slowly. Feel the natural rhythm of customer service English. These small interactions happen everywhere: shops, offices, airports, cafes, and being able to understand and respond naturally makes your English life much easier. Now, I want to take you into a different daily situation: asking for help. Many learners feel nervous asking for help in English, but you can do it naturally with soft expressions. Here is a sample paragraph you can practice. "Excuse me, could you help me with something?" "Sorry to bother you, but I'm trying to find the right bus stop." "Would you mind explaining how this form works?" "I'm having a bit of trouble understanding this. Could you guide me?" Now shadow it slowly. These expressions are polite, natural, and extremely useful in daily life. Let's practice a short, real conversation. Slow version. "Excuse me, could you help me? I'm trying to find the train to downtown." "Sure, you need platform number 3. It's right over there." "Oh, great. Thank you so much." "You're welcome. Have a safe trip." Natural speed. "Excuse me, could you help me? I'm trying to find the train to downtown." "Sure, you need platform number 3. It's right over there." "Great, thank you so much." "You're welcome. Have a safe trip. Shadow it slowly. Imagine the situation. Imagine speaking confidently and naturally. Now let's go deeper into advanced vocabulary used in real conversations. These words are not too formal and not too academic. They are perfect for intermediate daily English. I will place them inside a natural paragraph so you can understand and shadow them. I've been trying to be more consistent with my English lately, and honestly, it's been quite rewarding. I've noticed that when I practice a little every day, everything feels more familiar and less overwhelming. Even listening to a short podcast in the morning or reviewing a few phrases at night makes a big difference. It's really about building small habits and staying motivated. Now shadow this entire paragraph slowly with me. Notice the natural words: consistent, rewarding, familiar, overwhelming, building small habits. These are intermediate and upper intermediate vocabulary that make your daily conversations richer. Now let's take another daily life example, talking about a problem. Sometimes you need to explain a situation that didn't go well. Let me show you a natural way to do that. Today was a bit frustrating. I was supposed to finish an important task, but the internet kept disconnecting, so I couldn't focus properly. By the time it finally started working again, I had already lost a lot of time, but I'll try to catch up tomorrow. Shadow this slowly. Feel the natural rhythm. This is how real people talk about problems in daily life. And now let's imagine the response. Something like, "Ah, that sounds annoying. I hate it when the internet causes problems. But don't worry. I'm sure tomorrow will be better." Shadow this slowly too, because responding naturally is just as important as expressing yourself. Now, it's time to explore deeper conversations, advanced expressions, emotional vocabulary, describing situations, and more shadowing practice that will help you feel English instead of forcing it. As your day continues, I want you to imagine that you're now out in the world. Maybe you're walking down a busy street, sitting on a bus, relaxing in a cafe, or even scrolling through your phone at a park bench. Wherever you are, English appears around you, in conversations, signs, messages, announcements, and random interactions. And part of becoming an intermediate to upper intermediate learner is learning how to understand English not only when you study, but also when it appears unexpectedly around you. That real-life exposure is powerful, and today we will practice with natural examples that help your brain get comfortable with spontaneous English. Let's start with a situation that happens to almost everyone. Asking about time. You might be in a public place, and someone politely asks you, "Excuse me, do you have the time?" This is a very common expression, and it simply means, "What time is it?" You can answer naturally by saying, "Yeah, it's about 10:30, or "Sure, it's 3:15. These small interactions help build your confidence in real life. Now shadow this short exchange slowly. "Excuse me, do you have the time?" "Yeah, it's about 10:30. Simple, but extremely common. Now let's look at a slightly more advanced version. "Excuse me, do you happen to know what time it is?" And your answer, "Yes, it's almost noon." Repeat this slowly with me. "Excuse me, do you happen to know what time it is?" "Yes, it's almost noon." Hear the polite tone. Feel the natural rhythm. Now imagine someone asks you about directions. This is a situation that creates anxiety for many learners, but you can handle it smoothly. For example, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the main station?" And you can answer like this: "Sure, just go straight, take the second right, and you'll see it on your left." Shadow this slowly. Imagine the location in your mind. Visualize the path. Real-life English often includes small connecting words like just, actually, basically, pretty much, kind of, sort of. These appear everywhere in daily conversations. Let's practice them inside a natural paragraph so your brain can absorb them. I'm actually heading in the same direction, so you can follow me if you want. It's basically just a 5-minute walk. The station is kind of hidden behind a big building, but you'll see the sign once you get closer. Now shadow that slowly. I'm actually heading in the same direction. It's basically just a 5-minute walk. Now, let's move into talking about your schedule, because this is something people discuss all the time. Imagine someone asks, "Are you free this afternoon?" Instead of responding with yes or no, try something more natural. "I should be free after 4. What's up?" Or, "I'm tied up until 5, but I'll be available after that." These expressions make your English sound relaxed and natural. Now shadow these slowly. "I should be free after 4. What's up?" "I'm tied up until 5, but I'll be available after that." Now imagine a more detailed plan. "I've got a meeting at 3, and then I need to finish a report. But after that, I'm totally free." Repeat it slowly. It helps you express more complex information smoothly. Now let's practice a realistic conversation about plans. Slow version. "Hey, are you free later today?" "I might be. I just need to finish a few things first." "What time do you think you'll be done?" "Probably around 6. "Why?" "I wanted to grab dinner together, if you're up for it." "Sounds good. Just text me when you're ready." Natural speed. "Hey, are you free later today?" "I might be. I just need to finish a few things first." "What time do you think you'll be done?" "Probably around 6. Why?" "I wanted to grab dinner together if you're up for it." Sounds good. Just text me when you're ready. Now shadow the full conversation slowly with me. Feel how soft and calm the tone is. People rarely speak in perfect grammar textbooks. They speak with flow, pauses, fillers, and natural rhythm. And you're learning that rhythm now. Now let's move into something deeper, expressing emotions. At the intermediate level, you want to expand beyond simple feelings like happy, sad, or angry. You want to use more expressive and natural vocabulary. Let's practice with a short emotional paragraph. "Today, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. There's a lot going on, and I'm trying to stay calm and focused. But at the same time, I'm also excited about some new things I'm working on, so it's a mix of stress and motivation." Now shadow that slowly. Now practice another emotion paragraph. "Lately, I've been feeling more confident with my English. I can follow conversations more easily, and I'm starting to speak without thinking too much. It feels encouraging, and I'm proud of the progress I'm making." Shadow it slowly. Now let's practice responding to someone who shares their feelings. Slow version. "I've been feeling a bit stressed lately." "Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Is everything okay?" "Yeah, it's just work. There's a lot happening." "I get that. Work can be overwhelming sometimes. Just take it easy. Natural speed. I've been feeling a bit stressed lately. Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. Is everything okay? Yeah, it's just work. There's a lot happening. I get that. Work can be overwhelming sometimes. Just take it easy. Shadow this slowly. Because when you communicate about emotions, you sound more human, and conversations become more meaningful. Now let's move into another important skill, describing things in detail. At the intermediate level, you want to be able to express ideas more richly, clear, natural, and smooth. Let's practice with a daily object, your phone. Instead of saying, "My phone is new," you can say, "I recently got a new phone. It feels much faster, and the camera quality is really impressive." Or instead of saying, "My bag is big," you can say, "My bag is pretty spacious. I can fit my laptop, notebooks, and even a water bottle in it." These descriptions make you sound fluent. Now shadow this paragraph. I recently got a new phone. It feels much faster, and the camera quality is really impressive. I've been taking a lot of pictures lately. Let's practice describing a place next. Imagine you enter a cafe, and someone asks you how it looks. Instead of saying it's nice, try something richer. It's a cozy little place with warm lighting and comfortable seating. It feels calm and relaxing, perfect for studying or having a quiet conversation. Shadow that slowly. Now let's practice describing a person, naturally and warmly. She's really easy to talk to, very friendly and calm, and she has a great sense of humor. Being around her always feels comfortable. Shadow this slowly. Now imagine you're at work or school, and someone asks how your week has been. Here's a natural response. It's been a pretty busy week. I've had a lot of tasks to finish, but I'm managing everything step by step. Hopefully things will slow down soon. Shadow it slowly. Now let's practice a more advanced listening exercise, a dialogue between two friends. Slow version. How's your project coming along? It's going pretty well, but it's taking more time than I expected. What part is taking the longest? The research. There's just so much information to go through. Yeah, that can be tough, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. I hope so. I just have to stay focused. Natural speed. How's your project coming along? It's going pretty well, but it's taking more time than I expected. What part is taking the longest? The research. There's just so much information to go through. Yeah, that can be tough, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. I hope so. I just have to stay focused. Now shadow the entire conversation slowly. Imagine yourself in the situation. Imagine answering naturally without hesitation. Let's move into another daily real-life moment. Giving advice. At the intermediate level, giving advice helps you build deeper and more supportive conversations. If I were you, I'd take things one step at a time. There's no need to rush. Sometimes slowing down helps you think more clearly. And if you need help with anything, don't hesitate to ask. Shadow this slowly. Now imagine someone comes to you with a problem. You can respond naturally like this. I understand how you feel. That sounds really difficult, but don't worry too much. Things usually work out in the end. Just keep doing your best. Shadow it slowly. Now, we will practice with deeper dialogues, more advanced expressions, and more real-life interaction practice. As we continue building your English through real-life conversations, I want you to imagine the flow of your day again. You've moved through the morning, interacted with a few people, practiced greeting, describing your feelings, giving opinions, giving directions, planning your schedule. And now the day begins to shift into moments where you need to explain things, clarify misunderstandings, and express your thoughts more clearly. At the intermediate level, this is one of the most important skills because real conversations often require you to explain what you mean, or repeat something, or clarify something to someone who didn't catch your first sentence, and being able to do that smoothly is a sign of confidence and fluency. Let's begin by practicing how to clarify something in a natural and friendly way. For example, imagine someone didn't hear you properly. Instead of repeating the sentence exactly the same way, you can say something like, "Sorry, let me say that again," or "Let me put it another way," or "What I meant was," or "To be more clear." These expressions help you restate your message without sounding robotic. Now imagine someone misunderstood your meaning. You can say, "Oh no, that's not what I meant. I just meant that," or "I think there's been a little misunderstanding. What I was trying to say is..." These phrases help you handle misunderstandings smoothly, which is very common in real conversations. Now shadow this paragraph slowly with me. "Sorry, let me say that again. What I meant was..." Then shadow this one. "I think there's been a little misunderstanding. What I was trying to say is..." You don't need to memorize these like vocabulary lists. Your brain will naturally absorb them when you hear them in full sentences. Now imagine you're in a real-life conversation where you need to explain a simple idea, but in a natural way. For example, someone asks you how your new job is going. Instead of giving a short answer like, "It's good," you can say something more descriptive. "It's going pretty well so far. I'm still getting used to things, but the team has been very supportive." Shadow that slowly. "It's going pretty well so far. I'm still getting used to things, but the team has been very supportive." Now let's practice expanding the idea even more. Some days feel a bit challenging because there's a lot to learn, but overall it's been a positive experience, and I feel like I'm improving every day. Repeat that with me slowly. These longer sentences help you sound more fluent and confident when speaking. Now let's move into a new type of daily situation, asking for clarification. Sometimes you hear something, but you're not completely sure what the person meant. Instead of saying, "What?" which sounds too strong, you can use softer expressions like, "Sorry, what did you say? Could you repeat that, please? I didn't quite catch that." Or, "Could you say that again a bit more slowly?" Let's place these expressions into a real conversation. Slow version. "Hey, the meeting has been moved to 2:30. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What time is the meeting?" "It's been moved to 2:30. "Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know." Now, natural speed. "Hey, the meeting's been moved to 2:30. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What time is the meeting?" "It's been moved to 2:30. "Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know." Now shadow the whole conversation slowly. This helps you develop natural listening responses. Now I want to take you into another common daily moment. Reacting to news. At the intermediate level, you should be able to Express reactions like surprise, sympathy, encouragement, support, or understanding. Let's practice some natural reactions inside full sentences. Imagine a friend tells you something surprising. You can say, "Wow, really? I wasn't expecting that." Or, "That's surprising. What happened next?" Now shadow that slowly. "Wow, really? I wasn't expecting that." Now imagine someone tells you something sad. You can say, "Oh no, I'm really sorry to hear that." Or, "That must have been really difficult for you." Or, "I can't imagine how stressful that must have felt." Shadow this slowly. "I'm really sorry to hear that." Now imagine someone tells you good news. You can say, "That's amazing. I'm so happy for you." Or, "Wow, that's great. Congratulations." Or, "That's wonderful news." Shadow it slowly, because expressing reactions fluently makes conversations feel alive and natural. Let's practice an entire conversation using emotional reactions. Slow version. "Guess what? I finally got the job." "No way, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you." "Thank you. I was so nervous waiting for the email." "I can imagine, but you totally deserved it." Now natural speed. "Guess what? I finally got the job." "No way, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you." "Thank you. I was so nervous waiting for the email." "I can imagine, but you totally deserved it." Shadow this slowly. Feel the excitement and emotion in the tone. Now let's shift to a moment where you need to talk about your responsibilities. This is very common in work, school, and daily life. Instead of short sentences like, "I have many tasks," you can say something like, "I have quite a few responsibilities to take care of this week, but I'm trying to stay organized so nothing becomes overwhelming." Shadow it slowly with me. Notice the words "take care of," "organized," "overwhelming." These are natural intermediate expressions. Now let's imagine you need to explain your routine. This is one of the most common topics in English conversation. Instead of a basic sentence like, "I wake up at 7, you can expand naturally. "My mornings are usually pretty simple. I wake up around 7, get ready, have a quick breakfast, and then head out. I like to listen to something in English while I'm on the way, because it helps me stay consistent with my practice." Shadow this slowly. "My mornings are usually pretty simple." Now add more detail. "In the afternoon, I'm usually at work or studying. And in the evenings, I try to take some time for myself. Sometimes I watch something in English or practice speaking for a few minutes." Daily routine paragraphs like, "These help you feel more fluent." Now we'll move into a deeper daily life skill, asking for opinions and giving opinions naturally. Imagine a friend asks you what you think about something, like a new idea. A natural question might be, "What do you think about it?" Or, "How do you feel about this plan?" Or, "Do you think this is a good idea?" Now shadow these slowly. Now imagine giving your opinion. Instead of simply saying, "It's good," you can say, "I think it's a pretty good idea. It makes sense, and it could be really helpful." Or, "I'm not completely sure yet, but it sounds interesting." Or, "From my perspective, it seems like something worth trying." Shadow each one slowly. Opinions are a very important part of intermediate English. Let's practice a natural conversation about opinions. Slow version. "What do you think about this new project idea?" I think it's pretty interesting. It might take some time, but it could be really useful. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure if everyone would agree. I guess we'll have to see how it goes, but it sounds good so far. Now, natural speed. What do you think about this new project idea? I think it's pretty interesting. It might take some time, but it could be really useful. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure if everyone would agree. I guess we'll have to see how it goes, but it sounds good so far. Shadow this slowly. Imagine a real conversation happening. Now let's practice talking about preferences. Instead of simply saying I like, you can say I prefer. I usually go for. I tend to. I'm more of a. Let's practice these inside a paragraph. I usually prefer staying at home on weekends. I'm more of a quiet person, so I enjoy relaxing, reading, or watching something. But sometimes I also like going out for a walk or meeting a friend if the weather is nice. Shadow this slowly. This is natural English used every day. Let's practice daily listening now. Imagine you are at a cafe and you overhear two people discussing their plans. Slow version. Are you going anywhere this holiday? I'm thinking of visiting my sister. She lives about 3 hours away. That sounds relaxing. How long are you staying? Maybe a few days. I just need a bit of a break. Now, natural speed. Are you going anywhere this holiday? I'm thinking of visiting my sister. She lives about 3 hours away. That sounds relaxing. How long are you staying? Maybe a few days. I just need a bit of a break. Now shadow the entire conversation slowly. Overheard conversations help you train your listening without pressure. Now let's practice a moment when something unexpected happens. Maybe your friend cancels plans, or something changes. Here's a natural way to express that. Something came up, so I might not be able to make it tonight. I'm really sorry. I'll let you know if anything changes. Shadow that slowly. Something came up is one of the most common expressions in daily life. Now imagine the response. No worries at all. These things happen. Just let me know when you're free. Shadow that too. This shows understanding and kindness in your conversations. As we continue, your confidence is growing. Your listening is becoming sharper. Your speaking is becoming clearer. And your ability to express real-life ideas is getting stronger. Now, we will deepen your fluency even more with advanced daily life expressions, longer dialogues, storytelling, and natural conversational flow that helps you think in English without translating. As your understanding of English grows, you start noticing that communication is not only about the words you choose, it's about how those words connect, how they flow from one idea to another, how they create meaning and emotion. At the intermediate level, one of the most powerful skills you can build is the ability to link your thoughts smoothly, just like native speakers do. And today, we're going to practice exactly that, through real conversations, longer storytelling, natural transitions, and daily life expressions that make your English sound connected instead of disconnected. Let's begin by imagining you're in a place where people around you are having small conversations. Maybe a cafe with soft background noise. Maybe a bus filled with people talking quietly. Or maybe even a park where someone nearby is on a phone call. These natural environments help your brain get used to processing English in the real world. I'll read a small conversation that you might overhear, first slowly, then naturally. Slow version. Did you end up finishing that assignment? Not yet. I'm planning to work on it later tonight. You always say that. Don't leave it until the last minute. I know, but I've been so tired lately. Now natural speed. Did you end up finishing that assignment? Not yet. I'm planning to work on it later tonight. You always say that. Don't leave it until the last minute. I know, but I've been so tired lately. Shadow this slowly. Feel how casual and natural these expressions are. Did you end up? Is extremely common in English and helps you sound fluent. Don't leave it until the last minute is another natural daily life phrase. Now let's expand into a deeper daily life conversation. Imagine two friends catching up after not seeing each other for a while. Slow version. It feels like forever since we last met. I know, life's been a bit crazy these days. Tell me about it. How have you been holding up? Honestly, just trying to stay positive. There's been a lot going on. I get that, but you're doing great. Sometimes we all just need a break. Now natural speed. It feels like forever since we last met. I know, life's been a bit crazy these days. Tell me about it. How have you been holding up? Honestly, just trying to stay positive. There's been a lot going on. I get that, but you're doing great. Sometimes we all just need a break. Now shadow it slowly. Listen to the tone, the emotion, the warmth. These conversations help you understand not just English, but connection, empathy, natural flow. Now imagine someone asks you about your week. Instead of giving a simple answer, you want to create a natural, detailed response. Something like, "This week has been a bit unpredictable. Some days were really productive, and other days felt a little overwhelming. But overall, I think I managed things pretty well." Shadow that slowly. This week has been a bit unpredictable. Now imagine you want to ask someone about their week. Instead of saying, "How was your week?" you can ask, "How has your week been treating you?" This expression is extremely natural and widely used. Say it slowly with me. How has your week been treating you? Now let's move into an important skill, narrating a small story from your daily life. Storytelling is one of the best ways to improve fluency because it helps you practice sequencing, emotion, vocabulary, and natural flow. I'll share a simple story that you can shadow. Yesterday was one of those days when nothing seemed to go as planned. I woke up late because my alarm didn't ring. Then, on my way out, I realized I had forgotten my keys inside the house, so I had to call someone to help me get in, and by the time everything was sorted out, I was already running behind schedule. But eventually, the day got better. I managed to finish what I needed to do, and I ended the evening with a warm cup of tea, feeling much more relaxed. Shadow this story slowly. Feel how natural the transitions are. One of those days. Nothing seemed to go as planned. By the time everything was sorted out, eventually the day got better. These connecting phrases are essential for fluent English. Now imagine someone is telling you a story, and you want to respond naturally. Here are expressions you can shadow. Oh, wow. That sounds stressful. I can totally imagine how that felt. but I'm glad everything worked out in the end. These responses make your conversations deeper, kinder, more human. Now let's practice a longer real-life scenario, solving a small problem.